Hey, welcome to the Major League Minute Podcast. I'm Doc, and I'm here with GMP. Today we're talking all things MLV as you're drinking your hot tea right in front of God and everybody on episode 21 of the Major League Minute Podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Great intro, Doc.
You're welcome.
Intro.
Should we start with the volley update? Tons of fun.
As always.
Unfortunately, we begged and pleaded for not subscribers, but people to join us in our fantasy league. Did the needle move whatsoever this week?
I don't think it moved at all. We're still at 45.
Unfortunately, but I mean, we're coming to the
We're
final.
5 away though, guys. If you're out there, just recruit one person. That's it.
That's it.
That's all we need.
So please join us on the Major League Minute Fantasy League on the Volley app.
Yes.
It's tons of fun. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Major League Minute Podcast. But along the lines of the volley update, you're still climbing the ladder.
I am. That needle moved yet again, and
in
now
the right
I'm
direction
sitting
for
third.
both of us this week. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall season leaderboard, I'm third, and this last round, I ended up finishing 4th, which is not bad.
And I'm at 17th. I'm moving up. Well,
you are at 17th on the season and then 9th last round. So
well, we're 21 episodes in, and I'm finally figuring out how to actually play the nuances of the fantasy league. So
okay, but that's on you, Doc, because there are info icons literally in every single area of that app, and you can just click them and they will explain.
I didn't even know there was an info icon or what that even meant. I've been technologically challenged. Technologic.
What generation are you? Are
Yeah,
you a boomer?
I have
You're not a
no
boomer.
idea, but I mean, you're sitting up there with the big dogs, right? I mean, you're with what is it? Tallahassee Turtles.
Tallahassee Turtles. They're still. I think they're back to like first, even actually.
There was a swap in the.
I think
leaderboard.
they're maybe back to first place on this season, but this last round, Volley Best got first place and Volley Go second place. Very.
Good for them. I mean, when you say you're third, you're still behind Tallahassee Turtles, but you're within striking distance. I mean,
like
you're 4,324 is Tallahassee Turtles. JV Vikes in second with 4,263, and then you got you with 231.
Oh, okay.
And then mother-in-law with.
She slid down a little bit. She slid.
Rough week for the mother-in-law.
She slid down.
Okay, we won't mention that.
It's better that way.
But good for Volley Best and Volley Go moving up the leaderboard and still at 45 teams looking five.
I wish there was it's kind of fun not knowing who these people are, but I also kind of wish I did know.
Well, you got corrected last time.
What do you mean? What?
Was it a he, she? We talked, whoever, I don't remember.
They say Jay Vikes was a guy?
Was a male,
yeah.
Yes.
Did I call them a female in the...
We did not. We just didn't know.
And
he clarified that Jay Vikes is a male.
Okay.
So thanks for doing that.
So Volley Best and Volley Go. You guys local, male or female? What's going on here?
It seems like they're related by the name of the name, but you know how by the name, Volley Best, Volley Go. Then we need Volley Worst to join into the fantasy league before this thing's over. I mean,
or Volley Stop.
Volley Stop, yeah. Volley Best, Volley Go, Volley Stop, whichever. Scores in the Major League Fantasy League this week are third place.
Yeah, so third place I think is another new name that we haven't seen in the top 5 before.
Right.
And that is a middle blocker from San Diego, Erin Grote.
She's actually playing really well right now.
She is. She scored 84.8 fantasy points. And then second place, a very familiar name, is Carly Snyder, 88.3. And then first place, I believe this is her first time.
You say that every week about every person.
That's not
Never
true.
Never seen them before.
But she's been in the top 3. I don't remember a time she's finished first. Do you?
I do not.
That is an Omaha Supernova, Sarah Wilhite Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
She scored 89.8.
Did you have her?
This last week, I think I did have her, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about of these 3?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But with Sarah, okay, let me back up.
I did. Yeah.
Which one?
Sarah Wilhite Parsons. You're welcome. I had Grote.
Nice. And I still finished above you.
Yeah, good for you.
But what's interesting, okay, so looking back, I feel like the matches this week were good in the sense of things happened that we weren't anticipating. So it was like exciting or like as far
as
as
what are you talking about? Spit it out.
What I'm trying to say is that Sarah Wilhite Parsons scored first in the fantasy points with only 89.8. That's very interesting because we've like on the high end, we've seen like Iko Jones scored like 115 once.
Okay.
So it's like a big, like this is like, okay, were the matches bad this week? Like not a lot of people scored.
Yeah, because it doesn't
it's
matter
just
if you
an
had one match or
interesting-
two. We already
Right.
figured that out.
Right. It does not matter on the match, but I'm just curious if there's like a correlation. Like
Scoring was down overall.
Like if the scoring was down this week, does that then, roughly translate to the matches were not very exciting or
Right.
clean or I don't know.
No, there was some long. There's a 4-setter. There's a 5-setter.
Yeah, maybe it means it was a more team oriented week.
Okay.
Where like, does that make sense? Like a lot of this points were spread out within the team. Maybe that's what that really means. I'm thinking on the spot here.
But either way, you're moving up. I'm moving up with you to a deluxe apartment on this.
All right,
We're
guys,
moving
just
on
5
up.
more. We want to get to 50. We only have a couple weeks left. Yeah.
You said it's gonna the fantasy league's gonna go probably all the way through the Final Four into the championship.
I mean, okay, 4 to 6 weeks
we're looking
left.
at 6 weeks. You said a couple.
A couple. It's
Couple's
not that.
a lot different than 6.
Okay, what do you want me to say? A few weeks left?
Yes. Let's talk about. You've had a revelation this week. We've been referring to Thunder and Lightning and Mimi as Sophia and Mimi as both rookies.
Yes.
Me is definitely a rookie, but as you did your research, did somebody correct you on this, or how did you come to the
Someone
conclusion?
corrected us out there that Sofia Maldonado Diaz is not a rookie, and it immediately sent me into panic mode. And so when I researched it, I have discovered a lot more, which I don't exactly even know how to get into it. But when I went into this research, I discovered that the MLV website is very inconsistent as far as the individual team rosters. And so when I approached our staff about, hey, does the individual franchise take care of this or does the league manage this? Mm-hmm. And the response I got was the franchise. So there is so much grace. Obviously, I'm in the position where I need grace because I was misspeaking this entire time.
And there's a lot
about
of moving
Sophia.
parts.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm also struggling because I'm like, let's be efficient. Let's be correct. Let's be pure in our demonstration, our appearance, because that only benefits the league. And so I'm like, okay, franchises, get this together, because I've come to find out there's actually a lot of misrepresentation on these team rosters.
Not that it's done intentionally. Maybe it's just been overlooked
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's intentional at all. I think it's the opposite. It's unintentional, actually. But there's just a lot of errors. Like I wrote down, like for Kylie Murr, for example, on the Dallas Pulse, she had nothing listed as she's like a 4-year pro and she has nothing listed by her name.
Right. But that would be consistent with everybody on the Dallas Pulse lineup then.
No, like with Nazi, it says 11-year pro.
For Mimi, it says
nothing.
Rookie, nothing.
It says nothing. So the format that I believe it's supposed to follow is it has their height and then it has a separation and it shows either how many years pro, and then if they're a rookie, it just says their collegiate careers, because a lot of the times we see a lot of girls play nowadays at 2 or 3 or 4 different colleges. Jeez. It's not just one. So for Mimi, it would say Oregon, Wisconsin. But like on even Omaha, for example, it's a little bit confusing because I saw this morning for Brooke Mosier, who is a rookie, it says
Legit.
1-year pro. She's placed next to Nora Sis to Brock, who also it says 1-year pro.
And she's not a 1-year pro.
She's not. She was on the Orlando Valkyries last year. So I'm just like, okay, they're little details and everyone deserves grace because there is like a bazillion things to do. I understand that. I've even found errors on Love's end.
What are you looking for that for?
No, it does. I don't actively seek it out.
Okay.
It just stumbles in my lap.
Okay.
For example, they made a grave error when on TV they were like highlighting Jordan Larson and it said University of Texas. Ooh. I'm like, was that intentional?
That's a low blow.
Or another player they were highlighting and she was from Columbia and they misspelled it. instead of COLO, they put COLU. And so it's just like it happens. Everybody deserves grace. And it's like, we're not perfect. We're not all AI.
So what's your point?
So my point is that I apologize that this whole time we've been claiming Sophia as a rookie. I am sorry for that and not doing like thorough research. But when I looked online, it didn't have, you know, how many years pro. So I assumed that she was a rookie. Right. She also doesn't have social media, to my knowledge. When I looked at I could not find a personal page for her. So that even made it more difficult to confirm. But regardless, even on social media, you can find posts, you know, from random people. She's Mexican. So there was like some Mexican accounts that I had to translate a little bit. But yeah, come to find out that she has 1 season under her belt already. So this is like her sophomore year. She was overseas. Yes. I think the bottom line with that conversation as we bring it to a close is that if you're going to have uniformity within that website, I think the league has to manage it across the board, because that's, as you look at the different rosters and the way they identify and describe the players, it's different from franchise to franchise. So if you're going to have uniformity throughout the whole, I think it needs to be managed by the league. I agree with you that they can do the overall management. I don't see a problem in the franchises managing it, but the league maybe needs to like check in with them and be like, hey, just making sure you saw this. It needs to be like this, something like that.
You might mess around and get you a job next year.
Oh gosh, I am pretty good at that kind of stuff. But anyway, a lot of grace. I'm not saying they're doing a bad job or anything. I just think that there's so much more that we need to focus on and prioritize. But I will say that I hope that the rosters, like specifically the rosters, are what is inconsistent as far as like their bios or whatever.
Why is that a big deal to you? Because you feel like it doesn't accurately represent the player or their history?
Well, there's that. Is that it's not accurately showing us. Because if I go in and I'm like, I want to know who the rookies are, which is exactly what I did, it causes confusion and frustration because I technically didn't get. I had to do even further investigating because this was inconsistent. But I also think it matters to me because I love the MLV so much. Obviously, I want them to succeed for forevermore, and I created a lot of relationships that I value, and so I want them to succeed. And I think just chiseling up things like that can really make a big difference in our like professionalism.
Yeah, the excellence factor. Those are little things that can.
I mean, even just let's rewind 60 minutes ago when I was like, Doc, I really need help with this outline. I need it to look a certain way. It's like I just feel like it just helps with professionalism. Well, but not calling you unprofessional, but
I'm saying that's not my strength and my gift.
I know.
I can put that data down there, but we need an administrative, same principle. It's an administrative nuance that somebody that's not administrative won't even notice it. But somebody that is, it bothers them. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
So I got sent an Instagram video today from a friend who I haven't seen in person since probably 2015.
Okay.
I played with her professionally in 2014. She sent me a video today. Haven't spoken to her for a while. She sent me a video today because she remembers this about me. But it was basically, to summarize, it was, if you can't stand noises that people make with their mouths, like especially when they're chewing, it's actually a sign that you have some type of creative genius in you. I'd have to play the whole video for you guys to understand, but she remembered that about me.
Okay. Why are you telling our audience this story?
Because I'm telling you because visually, like the outline and the website, those things really, I need it to be like.
They speak to you.
Right here, deep down.
You got to do the two-handed spread push here.
I need them to look symmetrical and be like flawless.
Well, then that's up to you because I'm going to get it on there and you can do whatever you want with it so that it flows in your conscious being.
You just beat me to it this week, so
do we need to talk about all these rookies and why did you put them on here?
Yes, I put them on here.
You want to be clear? You did your research and now you found out every rookie on every team. Are you sure about that?
Don't ask me if I'm sure. Now I have doubt. But I'm sure. Yes. So I actually am glad that I did this. So shout out to the person who corrected us. I know it was a guy. It was his profile picture was funny.
And what did he say? Was it respectful or was it?
It was very blunt but respectful. I mean, it was just, hey, Sophia is not a rookie. Like it was basically just
Okay.
that.
Perfect.
So I was like, oh. So anyway, I'm going to run through this list. So starting with Atlanta, we have Avery Carlson, Ava Martin, and now their newest addition, Maggie Mendelson. Then with Columbus, which this one I think is most eye-opening because it's Akasha Anderson and Audrey Pak. And they are actually playing now. So that's where it's like, oh, okay, we need to start paying attention to them.
Okay. Is
Did
that why?
not realize that they were rookies.
And the reason why is because it didn't say they were a rookie, but they tell us every week that Akasha Anderson's a rookie from Purdue, right?
Oh, I guess maybe I haven't been paying attention, but my point exactly with
Says
Audrey
1 year
Pak,
pro for
it
both.
says 1 year pro.
Okay.
And it's like, that's misleading a little bit because are you saying 1 year pro because this is their first year? Or are you saying 1 year pro because they already have a year under their belt?
Got it.
So
Yep.
that's where I'm like, I just wish there was a little more clarity or like uniformity across the league. But so then Dallas is Mimi Collier and Tristan Savage. Then with Grand Rapids, it's Candela Alonso Corceles, and she is coming from Spain, I believe. Then there's Hattie Bray, which I don't know if we've really seen her, and then Alexis Shelton.
Sometimes we'll see
Who?
her. She is definitely a rookie. I remember her from college.
Yeah, I remember. I'm pretty sure Alexis Shelton is the one like way weeks back where I was like, her profile picture scared me.
Yeah,
like she
physical-
looks like a
physical presence.
very like intimidating person. And then moving on, I think Omaha would be next, and that's Brooke Mosier, Kiara Reinhart. But again, like with Brooke, it says 1 year pro. So it's just, that's where I'm like, ugh. Okay, so then moving on, Orlando is Bree Kelly and Colby Neal. So both of them are middle blockers. And then, oops, I think I skipped in Indy Ignite. We have Kara Cressy and Emma Halter and Taylor Landfair. And then lastly with San Diego, it's Allison Jacobs, who we recently just saw, and then Hayden Kubik.
Okay, you said all that to say, why did you tell us? Why did you go through the rookies? Why did you feel like you needed to share that with us? Because you came to the conclusion that we talked about the rookie of the week every week. And
Yeah, I think it was just like I needed to do my due diligence better because we were about to change our rookie of the week to Mimi or Sophia.
Right.
And it's like, okay, wow, if we messed up that bad, we got to start from the beginning. So it's been a while since we've talked about the draft. And even on the MLV website, they took down the draft. So it was not as easy to go back. You had to like physically go into every single roster. And then again, I had to do some additional research if it was confusing. I had to go to like social media to find out, to confirm otherwise. So why did I do it? For informational purposes only.
Okay. I do want to talk about one of the players, one of the rookies you just mentioned. I want to talk about Brooke Mosier's serve. She had the most dominant jump serve that I've seen in a long time.
Okay.
And now she's floating.
Yeah. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm not.
When she gets an opportunity to serve, it's not her dominant jump serve. It's a float. All right, I'll leave that one alone. As you mentioned her, it came to my
I
mind.
think we can just leave a ... after that.
What does that mean? ...
We'll just let that one sit and soak into the ears of our audience.
Okay.
I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure I could say a few things, but at the end of the day, I'm not in the gym, so maybe her float serve
Could
has
be her
been,
shoulder. We don't know. Maybe it's not
there
the
could
snuff.
it could be a lot of different things.
I didn't want to forget about it, but I did want to bring it up. I thought maybe you had some understanding or perspective on that. Okay. Let's move right along. There's been a lot of transactions as we're getting to the back third of the season. A lot of
that
injuries.
time of year again.
This is when, in year one, Supernovas made a move. They brought in Samity on the opposite, and it changed the whole trajectory of the rest of the season. We talk about a lot of transactions that are happening right now. There's probably more transactions that are happening right now as we're on this podcast because they've been going one right after the other.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're here next week and there's a few more others.
As we get down into the home stretch now, teams are starting to position themselves for the home stretch. Do you feel like most of these are from injury-related replacements, short-term contracts, or do you feel like these are players that are going to get some of these teams, whether it's in the top four or in the top two or ultimately to the championship?
I I think, yeah, everyone is, you're not going to make a signee. You're not going to bring someone on right now if they're not going to help the team. So I think, yes, everyone's intention bringing on these new players is seeing these new players make an immediate impact. I would be shocked if someone hired someone and we don't see them play this week.
You would be shocked if somebody just hired somebody and you don't see them playing on the court this week, okay?
Yep. So if we take Grand Rapids Rise, they hired Danielle Harbin, who has a long-time career. She's spent most of her time in Germany, but she's played twice in Italy. I think she has 9 years under her belt. She's an opposite. That is someone who's going to come in and probably immediate impact.
So she's going to take somebody's spot, or did somebody for Grand Rapids get injured on the right side?
No one from Grand Rapids got injured. Elizabeth Inna.
Okay.
And then they have Alexis Shelton.
Okay.
So to
now
my
they have
knowledge,
three.
no one has been waived either. So they must had some leftover funds as far as like the salary cap to provide for Danielle.
And they're looking for somebody to come in and make an immediate impact.
I mean, it's do or die right now.
Okay.
These next few weeks are the most important of the season, especially this year because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't remember if 7 is close.
No, it's 8.
It would be Grand Rapids.
Columbus is the only one that's out of the running, pretty much.
Yeah, so they're all neck and neck right now.
Right.
It's not like
Fighting
in
for the
years
fourth
past
spot,
where it's like maybe at this point we can afford to lose 3 matches or so. Like, no one can afford to lose right now.
No.
So with Grand Rapids, I actually think that will be a great hire for them.
What are you basing that on? Do you know her? Are you basing that on her length of her career? Are you basing that on the league, the quality or the level of league in Italy and Germany? Or have you seen her play?
I haven't seen her play, no. But I am basing it off the fact that she's coming from Italy right now.
Okay.
From the A1, which is their top league.
Okay, so she's going to be legit.
I've seen where she's played in Germany. I also played in Germany. I think that's also great talent pool there. And so this one I think will be a great hire, but I am curious to see because Elizabeth Inna I think is finally starting to get a little bit back to where she was, but I guess we'll see.
To me, it looks like maybe they're putting all their chips on the table. It's like now or never.
Absolutely. That's exactly in the mindset. I guess I see that Grand Rapids also picked up Jenna Rosenthal, who's a middle blocker.
She started with Omaha, right?
She started with Omaha this year. And that makes me think that Leah Myers did get injured. So technically, you asked me if these were injury pickups, and I said no originally, but this one I'd take it back.
Some maybe not.
Yeah, because then if we want to go into the injury route, the next team I would think of is Indy Ignite. They picked up 2 middle blockers from Italy. Now they're American, but they're coming from the Italian league.
Right.
So we have Emma Clothier, is that how you say it? And then Jalen Keene. But I put coming from Italy, but who knows?
What do you mean by but who knows?
Because back to the MLV website, they said in the transactions that Emma Clothier was signed with the Columbus Fury, but I saw her on the Indy Ignite roster. So I was like, what? So I opened up 2 tabs to compare to make sure I saw it right. And so the error is on the transaction side. She did not get picked up by Columbus Fury. She did, in fact, get picked up by Indy Ignite.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, LOL, but who knows? But I further investigated in socials and so saw that she is with the Indy Ignite.
Came to the conclusion.
And both of them are middles and they both need middles because as we know, Blake Moeller got injured.
Lydia's going to be back.
Hopefully she's back.
So by the time they get down the stretch, they're going to have 5 middles? One,
no.
2.
They would have Lydia, Kara, and then these 2. And then the Italian, the actual Italian.
Yeah, the tall, hard to say her name.
Yeah.
So there'll be 5 middles down the. Man,
that's a lot.
They're stacking their middle for sure, unless they're not expecting Lydia to be back.
Come back. Oh, that would be so sad.
Right.
I guess we'll find out this weekend.
But back to your point, if you think GMP should be nominated for the.
No, stop what you're about to say.
Give us a thumbs up to manage the MLV website and make sure it's up to date.
That just means you'll be babysitting more. Do you want to sign up for more babysitting?
No, it wouldn't be bad, but I mean, obviously it's impacting you right here because we've been talking for 27 minutes all about this, and it's been hurting here. But let's talk about the Columbus Fury. They have some signees as well.
Yep. So Brianna Ford, she's an opposite. She played at the University of Texas of Arlington.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with her, but I know that she's coming from
mid-major.
Germany. And then they signed Ryan White, who is a libero from Kansas. I don't know if you remember watching her this fall.
Do you?
Yeah, I do actually. And I think she was just finishing up school. So kind of like Maggie Mendelson, I think she was at Kansas finishing up school right now. And then
why a
got picked
libero?
up. I don't know, actually, because I think
Is this Hiapo or
Hiapo is I'm actually thinking she's doing really good right now. So maybe they need a passing sub. Maybe they need like someone to be able to come in for maybe like Akasha or someone in the back row to help with defense and passing. I don't know. That would be the only thing that I could think of.
I think as you keep up with the changes and the transactions on the MLV website, I think you should give an explanation with their history and everything as well. Why we're bringing them to the team.
Coach isn't going to reveal that.
Dallas Poles picked up Carter Booth. I remember her from Wisconsin, right?
Yep. So out of all these, I guess I did know Ryan White from Kansas, the libero, but Carter Booth is the only other person that I recognize.
And this one makes sense.
Yes, and Jenna Rosenthal. But
Right.
this one, yeah, that one makes sense. Fulfillment for their middle blocker position since Lane Van Buskirk was injured. Man, that was so sad. That was a crazy game, which I'm sure we'll get into. Yeah, so she's coming from Italy as well. It's like all these players are coming from Italy, it seems like. But she will be a great addition for them.
And Italy is a high-level league?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
One of the best.
So she's going to be impact player as soon as she lands here.
Absolutely.
Whenever that is.
It would be absolutely shocking if she did not play this week. But, I mean, I don't even think they have any other options. Because Caitlin obviously is injured.
Who else? We got Savage.
Tristan has to be injured because the game we'll get into, they had to do this crazy lineup.
Oh, that's right.
And Kelsey Payne, an opposite, who probably has never played middle blocker in her life, had to fill in the middle blocker position, and then they still won.
They
crazy.
did.
We can
and
get
she
into
played
it.
good.
So yeah, so Caitlin and Tristan have to be injured. There's no other explanation why they didn't get thrown in there.
Then lastly, another transaction that we'll talk about is the Atlanta Vibe picked up Jennifer Mosser. She's an outside for the Vibe.
Yep. So I think this makes sense just because I feel like Atlanta has, well, first of all, Taylor Smith got injured. I don't know if it's a season-ending injury.
Oh, she was on the other side of the Van Buskirk collision at the net.
So I'm not sure if hers is season-ending. At least it didn't say on the transactions. But even if she wasn't injured, I feel like they've kind of been moving in and out of outsides. Like not really sure which one is going to stick. And so this one, I don't know. I think this hire makes sense to them.
Okay. Coming from Italy, Jennifer Mosser. Do you know her?
No, I don't.
Have you seen her? Okay.
No, I don't.
The assumption is she's an impact player and it's going to make a difference soon as she gets here.
She played 3 different colleges I saw. So I think her last one she finished at was Kansas.
Okay. Out of the 8 teams in the MLV, 5 of them made a transaction or a hire or this week. Do you see anything on the horizon for the Supernovas? Are they going to roll with who they got through the rest of the season?
When I think of the Supernovas, even though there's a new coach this year, I think like historically we do stick with our lineup. I know in year 1 we hired Samity, but that was because of an injury.
Yeah.
So last year we had no injuries, no need to hire. This year we have no injuries, maybe no need to hire. I guess we'll find out.
Just dance with the one that brought you, huh?
Yep.
That's awesome. Week 12 recap. Let's get into it. Tuesday, interesting week because of the All-Star Game.
Yeah.
Interesting week. Tuesday, Orlando played Columbus. We both picked Columbus. You talked about some ugly missed serves. You talked about
we were right. Do you remember that?
Orlando has been struggling.
Remember we were talking, I was like, I'm not feeling good about Orlando. I think something's going on. And then when we were like, Orlando versus Columbus, we both looked at each other and were like, we're going Columbus. No. We're picking Columbus.
Bad,
yeah. And so I was like, selfishly, I was just excited that they won because we predicted that.
Did you hear this? Orlando has been swept 4 out of the last 5 matches.
I did not realize that.
That's what they said, and I think I double-checked it, and I think it's accurate. 4 out of the last 5 matches, Orlando's been swept. What is that telling you?
But
they're still in the hunt.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, that's good for Omaha.
Right.
Since they're sitting third. That's why I just think something is going on, whether it could be like an internal poison where it's like girls, the team is like just not.
They're the reigning champions, aren't they?
And that could be another theory of the pressure. It could be as simple as they just can't click, even though they all love each other. I mean, there's so many different.
Definitely the injury bug still lingers. Still no Hannah Maddox.
I think Abercrombie has a big part to do with it. Mm-hmm. I think they relied on her so much. Mm-hmm. And I know that she's been out for it feels like
a couple months maybe.
Since early February?
Could be.
I bet it's been at least almost 2 full months that she's been out. But I think that they relied on her so much, and maybe she was a leader in their team, and her absence from the court is really affecting them. I don't have any insight, so I don't know.
We'll see if they can get it together down the stretch. But for now, being swept out 4 out of the last 5 is.
Well, and then I'm really curious, why were they not a team that made a transaction this week? I mean, maybe we'll see it happen this week.
Maybe they see the light at the end of the tunnel. Almost everybody's back now, right? Brittany's back. Shampoo's back. Looper's back. Hannah Maddox.
No, she's not
still
back.
Not back.
I don't know. I don't know, Doc.
Tough
I'm just
match.
Not feeling good about it.
Okay, tough match. They hit 146. They were out blocked 11-5.
Yeesh.
The lone bright spot for the Valkyries was Natalie Foster with 2 aces. She led them with 11 points.
She's doing good.
Kaz was subbed out. Looper was shut down.
Yeah.
Abercrombie didn't do a whole lot. I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned and see how they're able to close out the rest of the season. On the other side, Columbus, Megan Lush was out, but still, they started out sloppy, but Reina led with 15 points. She shot 419. Kind of back to her old self.
It was good to see. I feel like you're exactly right. They started off sloppy, but then it's like they all that Spider-Man meme where there's 4 Spider-Mans and they're all pointing at each other. It was like a moment of they all looked at each other and they were like, we got this. And it just I don't know.
Spider-Man 1, 2, 3,
all of them.
8.
All of them.
Okay.
So it I don't know. I just feel like they maybe started the match thinking, how are we going to do this? Because of, the lineup with Megan, who I believe is their captain and their leader. And then it was I think we can actually roll with this. I think we can do it. Guys, we're doing it. Oh, we're going to finish this. So I think that they really elevated their game right after maybe the first 16 points. So I was really happy to see that.
Yeah, they kind of all came together as a team. Together, each achieves more.
Well, so then another interesting thing about that match and Megan being out was Coach Angel had to do a new lineup. I guess he didn't have to technically, but he did. So Abby Walker, did you notice she played opposite that match?
Abby Skywalker?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she didn't play.
She didn't start.
She didn't
start?
She
was used as an opposite.
Yeah. So they used a double sub.
Okay.
And they would it was very interesting.
Can you explain to us the value, the purpose of a dub sub is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
When and why do coaches choose to use a dub sub? What is it? When do you do it and why?
The sole intention of a dub sub is to have 3 hitters in the front row at all times.
Okay.
So when you run a 5-1, that means your setter is front row for 3 rotations. And she is technically not an attacker because her job at the end of the day is the second touch. Now, of course, we can see a setter be aggressive like Cameron Turner and attack on the second touch and score, but consistently and overall that's rare, or I guess it's not used all the time. And so the whole intention of a 6-2 is to always have 3 hitters in the front row. So you have 4 options to set with your offense.
So the purpose of a dub sub is to get you from a 5-1 to a 6-2?
Well, no, the purpose of the dub sub is to have 3 attackers in the front row at all times.
Okay, I understand that. But then you went to a 6-2.
That's what a dub sub is. You have 2 setters. So a 5-1 is 1 setter.
Yep.
And a 6-2 is 2 setters. So with a 6-2, you have 6 hitters, and with a 5-1, you have 5 hitters.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you get it?
I don't know.
Do you get it?
I don't
What
know.
don't you get?
I think I get the 3 hitters in the front row, but
Because when you run a 6-2, then you have 2 opposites. So you have 2 opposites, 2 outsides, and 2 middles. So you have 6 hitters.
Okay.
But with a 5-1, you only have 1 opposite. So then
Okay.
you have 5 hitters.
Okay.
I
get it.
Was
Yep,
that more clear?
Simplifies it, yeah.
Okay.
So the purpose of a dub sub is to have 3 attackers in the front row at all times.
At all times.
Because I'm going to get into a little bit later, and I think it's the next match where Indy went to a 2 libero system.
Okay, that's different.
Okay, that's something totally different.
That's not an offensive strategy.
That's a defensive strategy.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we both picked Columbus. They beat Orlando. They swept them. Orlando's been swept 4 out of the last 5 matches, trending in the wrong direction. Wednesday's match, Indy at Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids beat Indy in 4. What do you make of that? So we have the 7th place team in Grand Rapids knocking off the 1st place team.
I think it has to do, a lot of this has to do with the injury. And they don't have their middles now.
The injuries?
Well, this specific game, the injury with Blake Mueller getting injured.
Yeah, that was the week before.
That was the week before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I am thinking of the week before.
But nevertheless, Blake didn't play. She's out for the season. Lydia didn't play.
So they had Kara and the Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm following now. I don't know why I was in last week's mindset, but
to this point, Coach Bertolacci has been able to push all the right buttons in terms of getting the right personnel in the right places to find a way to win matches. Unfortunately, this time she was pushing all the buttons, but it wasn't translating into a roster on the court that actually translated into a win. So
yeah, it was interesting because it was the first time I think this whole season, even though Indy has lost before, I think this was for this specific loss, it was the first time we've seen them struggle.
Yeah.
Their losses before at least were like battles and
just couldn't get anything going.
Just didn't finish. But this specific match, it was like, oh,
right.
We've never seen this before. And that's when they did the 2 libero system.
Yes. Can you please explain why would you do that?
A 2 libero system is only used when you have 2 liberos, but one is clearly a more consistent serve receiver. Okay. So they are a better passer typically. And the other one is typically better at defense.
Okay.
That's really the only reason why you have a 2 libero system.
She was trying everything. She was pushing all the buttons to even see if this could give them a spark. And
right.
It didn't.
And like you said, in the past, it has worked for Indy. They've always clicked. We've always talked about how they can use their entire bench in any combination and it still works. Right. Maybe this was the one and done. Maybe this was the one match where, okay, that was icky. We got it out of us and now we're going to ball out from here.
It could be the one match thing, but it could be
the other way.
It could be they're not the same team without Blake and Lydia in the middle.
That could be it too.
Could be that. I highly doubt it. I figure
I highly doubt it because you have Mia and I just think that even like Elena, I just feel like they're and Azani and Cameron Turner. Not Cameron Turner, Cameron Hanna. I just am like they're too mature and they're too competitive to let something like this phase them. I think I'm going to put my money on the fact that this was maybe just their one and only
one-off
icky match, and they're going to be fine from here, especially given that they're new hires. I think that they'll be fine.
Grand Rapids was led by Snyder, 18 points, and then Enna with 16 points. So a great match by those two, and they found a way to beat Indy.
Yep, that was exciting.
Who'd we pick on that one? You conveniently left that off.
You conveniently left it off by erasing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We both picked Indy, didn't we?
I think we did.
Yeah. We have to go look at the receipts on that one. But moving to the next match, which is Omaha. We talked about this one being every year, every season. This is a trap match for Omaha to travel to San Diego and play the Mojo at their place. And it was again. After dominating the first set, the Supernovas dominated set 1, and then it was downhill from there. Did you watch the match?
I did.
What's your interpretation of what happened?
I don't know. I want to make it as simple as we always lose in San Diego.
It has been. I mean, always.
our record, we have a losing record at San Diego. I don't know what it is about that. Like, and I can make all the excuses of like the match started at 9 p.m. on their bodies.
Right.
Like yes, we're professionals and they have to do what it takes to prepare themselves. But at the end of the day, 9 p.m. is really late to play. And I can't even, I mean, Orlando would have it worse when they come to San Diego, but it's just like, I don't know. We just always come up short at San Diego, and I cannot pinpoint why. I don't understand, but it seemed like you said, we started off super hot in the first set, and just from there, like slowly the momentum got sucked out of us and we couldn't score. My goodness. I feel like we could not score, and it was just not fun to watch.
To me, it seemed like the outside for the Mojo, Tabron, was a difference maker from set 1 to set 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, because she
led.
Yeah, did she start?
She did not start,
That's
but
right.
came in and made the difference. Led with 18 points.
And I applaud her because I feel like she started the season and then she maybe hit
Injured,
a rough
right?
patch.
Didn't she bust her hand or something with her? Still has something on her hand.
She still has a cast-ish.
Right, on her left hand.
But she's coming back, and I feel like she's really making a difference for them.
I do, too. She's super athletic.
I went to last week's notes, and you picked San Diego to win, and I picked Omaha.
Oh, okay.
So you were correct.
Check the
I was
receipts
wrong.
on that.
And then we also picked Indy to win that last match. But anyway.
I mean, you've played, you've coached, you've done it all. Knowing that San Diego is going to be a tough place to go and get a win, how do you? Is it a physical, mental? Is it a mindset? Is it a jet lag? Is it the beach effect?
No, I think like truly, if I was on this team and if I was a part of this team for 3 years, like someone like Brooke Nuneviller, I would have a conversation with the team of like, yo, we need to get our mind right. This is a business trip. And I say that. I'm not saying that they think it's a vacation. I'm not saying that. But I'm like...
You're not saying that, but the social media posts are saying that.
Really?
Yeah. As you see everybody on the beach.
Are you serious?
Check it out. Because there was the All-Star break right after that.
Yeah. So, but if it were me, I hate losing. So I would have a conversation of like, hey, we all need to check in here and like take this seriously. And we're not going home with a L.
Right.
Like, and I would even go a step further and be like, when we start to feel that feeling on the court of like things aren't going our way, we need to look each other in the eyes. We need to have a code word. We need to, whatever it's going to take for us to flip it around, or even like a specific task of like, we're going to start serving hard, zone 1. Just everyone focus on that. Like something.
Just simplify it.
Because it's been 3 years now and we always lose there.
Go to San Diego and die.
It's so annoying.
But on the bright side, Sarah Wilhite Parsons, 18 points. Londot's still playing well.
Yeah. Lonnie's doing good.
Yeah, good for her.
I think Sarah had 18 points, which is awesome. Great that she led. But if I remember correctly, I don't think she had a very high efficiency.
Probably not great. Nothing was really going right after set 1. Brooke was subbed out twice. They tried Reagan Cooper subbing her in for Reagan Cooper subbing in for Brooke, and then that didn't work. Then they put Brooke back in and then took Brooke back out and put Nora in, and they were just trying everything on the outside and to no avail.
Yep, it was.
Are you fact-checking something, or can we go to Thursday's match?
I was trying to pull up to just fact-check my statement about Sarah's hitting efficiency.
And we didn't mention Marin Grode again. She also had another great game. She's been playing really good out of the middle for the Mojo.
I remember telling you in the very opening episode that Marin Grode is someone that's on my radar. I remember her ending last season so strongly, and I feel like she's a very underrated player. I'll even speak my opinion of her. I underrate her just because I think she doesn't look very strong. She looks frail a little bit.
Not really emotional.
Yeah, but don't underestimate her. She's doing great.
She hit 588 and scored 13 points out of the middle. And I also like when they bring in Sandbothy. How do you say it?
Sambothi.
I think she's an emotional leader for them when she's on the court in the middle.
If you ever met her, immediately
her,
you could tell she is very
fiery.
passionate.
Word.
Very passionate.
Well, good. You have her and Marley on the same team. There's a lot of passion and zeal there, and it's working out for them right now. Again, they're one of the teams fighting for the 4th spot, I feel, for the top 4.
Yeah, they
neck
could.
and neck with about 3 or 4 other teams in there. But do you have your deets on
Yeah,
Sarah?
wow. Totally misrepresented her. I think I'm thinking of someone else. But she hit 333.
Good. Scored 18 points.
Yeah, she did awesome.
And that's why she was Fantasy League top 3. Number 1, right?
She was number 1.
Hey,
But
good
kills
job.
are the least.
She might have did some other stuff, though.
She had 2 blocks, so that's
sheet stuffed.
What was it? That's like 24 points right there. I think
2 blocks.
I think 1 block is 12 points. Did I say?
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's only 9.
Okay. Either way, good for her.
I think it's 12. Yeah, good for her.
Let's talk about this last match of this week before we get into the All-Star match. And this was a tough one to watch. Did you watch it live? It was Atlanta at Dallas. This is the match that Van Buskirk and
Taylor Smith, yes.
Taylor Smith collided under the net. It looked like they just went knee to knee for like a contusion or a bump. Mm-hmm. They both went out of the match. They both hit the floor. Both grabbed their knees. They both went out of the match. And then Van Buskirk came back in the match. And then in a
Wait, she came back in the match?
Came back in the match. At the service line, did her jump serve type of thing. On the way down, went down, and then never came back up.
And then she went into the locker room
Correct.
and never came back out.
Correct.
Okay, admittedly, I did not watch this game because Nebraska was playing Iowa in March Madness. So I did not get to watch this live.
You had to bring it up.
I just had to explain myself.
Okay.
But yeah, RIP Skurs. But then, so I only watched the highlight reel. And I didn't, obviously, they're not going to put that on the highlight reel. So I didn't know that she
went out of
back
the
in the match.
Came back in at the service line, did her kind of a jump serve.
Yeah.
Landed, went down, and then.
But Taylor Smith did not. She stayed out.
Taylor Smith did not come back in the match.
Man, that's so crazy. That just like, oh man, I can't imagine what Lane's feeling.
That face you just made right there, that thing right there is what Nati did on the camera when she seen what had happened. She made the gulp.
Yeah.
As she was watching Van Buskirk on the ground there.
That makes me feel for Lane even more because I'm sure she's suffering from like blame on herself. She like if it were me, I would have been like, why didn't I stay out? But at the same time, you're a competitive athlete and you're probably like, no, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong.
The initial contact that she had with Taylor Smith would just look like a knee to knee.
Yeah.
I think it was a slide attack that Van Buskirk did, and they just went knee to knee. It looked like a contusion type of bruise type of thing. And hopefully it's nothing serious. I didn't see anything in terms of
Nothing was said about
there a
Taylor
season
Smith.
Ending? No.
Lane
she's
is
out for
done.
the season?
Lane is done.
Okay.
That's why they brought in Carter Booth. But yeah, Lane's done. So that's a big loss for Dallas because Lane has been actually, I feel like she's really taken off the last few weeks.
Right.
Very exceptional numbers and definitely a fun player to watch. When Dallas ended up still winning this match
in 5,
which is crazy. Again, let us remind you because Kelsey Payne was playing middle blocker.
Because Savage was out too. She wasn't injured, but I think she just didn't suit up that match or something.
She had to have been injured. There's no other reason that she wasn't playing.
You sure about that?
It had to have been an injury or a sickness. I mean, injury, sickness to me is the same thing. Okay. Anyway, I admired Coach Wisner because she was bawling.
She was.
When they won.
Was that what that was about?
It was definitely about.
Okay.
Like that whole team they suffered this great loss and a great teammate and leader, and they somehow rallied and got it figured out and together, and they did it for each other, and they ended up winning a match that at that point probably had no business winning. But I mean, we also had Mimi scored like 32 points that match.
32 points on 27 kills.
Unbelievable. I think she hit 375 too. Yep. So it really was like this huge, powerful like.
I was
movement.
wondering why the coach was so emotional.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. I am 100% certain, even though I haven't asked her directly, I am 100% certain that's why she was crying.
Okay.
Of like the sense of pride that she probably felt for each of her players. I have not met her, but I really admire her because I think that she treats the players like friends and she believes in them, and she just does a great job leading them, not only like in the physical of like strategy and stuff, but also the mental and emotional side. I mean, I think a prime example of, or a demonstration of that, is her whole relationship with Nati. Look how Nati's playing the best she's ever played, because she's putting that trust in Nati, and Nati's putting that trust in her. Like, it's just...
So it goes back to Terry Pettit's original post.
Yeah.
That trust factor between the coach and the players.
And I think with her tears, that solidifies its realness.
Right.
I don't think it's just
Validates.
Yes. So I was happy to see that. Obviously it's emotional and it's like a sad reason why, but it was just like comforting to see that love and support.
I mean, it's not very often in a 5-set match you see Leah Edmond hit negative and Aiko hit 100.
Yeah.
But the Pulse also outblocked them 17-7. Shout out to the Pulse.
Man, but when they're not scoring,
right,
that was really their chance to take over. And you wrote here how Phoebe had 14 points, hit 526. That's amazing. Good job, Phoebes.
Yes, I looked up, next we'll talk about the All-Star match. Thoroughly impressed from my point of view. I looked up the numbers in terms of, we talked about the viewership. It's not out yet, so as of last night, it wasn't out yet.
I doubt that they'll release that information
but
this
anyway,
week.
You picked Team Mesky. I picked Team Lanier.
Yeah, I must have typed it because I was calling her Lorene. So I see that I typed it
What do you know, a typo?
No, I can't believe I did it. See? That's what I'm talking about. There's grace for everything. So I'm not judging. I'm not throwing shade. It happens to us all. But here's the check-in. I'm tapping in. I need to start being better, and I hope that they start being better too. But I also was very much impressed with the All-Star match. I thought it was a great representation of the MLV this year. And I say that only because I went into it anticipating not a good match, only because of the safety concern. People don't want to get injured.
Right.
Nobody has time for that.
Nobody, from what I seen, was concerned or playing scared.
And that's the thing. They all went after it. And I thought the play was really good. It wasn't like a 25 to 12 dominance. It was evenly matched. It was fun. There was smack talk, smack moves, like all the things. So
it looked like Brooke hit the best she's hit all year.
There was a swing where I like audibly heard it through the TV, and I was like, that's like the hardest ball I've ever seen Brooke swing.
Yeah.
Brooke Nunaviller. So I was happy for that.
Did you see the Morgan Hens dig off the foot?
Yes.
Foot dig?
Yes. And I'm like, that is so classic Morgan. Like just finding a way to get it up, even though she didn't intend it, still found a way to be up. So the players that I think impressed me were mainly on Team Mesky, who I picked to win. Let me remind you. Although seriously, it could have been a coin toss, but was Charity Looper actually played very well.
She looked ultra athletic.
For as bad as her team has been lately, and just even her individual performance, I was happy to see that she
showed up and showed out.
She did well. Marin Groh, another great performance, and then Abby Skywalker,
a late entry.
She was a substitute. And she ended up, in my opinion, maybe one of the best. She had a great game with hitting and blocking.
She did.
So I was really impressed. And then on team, how do you say
Lanier?
it? Lanier.
Yeah.
On her team had PBR. She was phenomenal.
She was good.
I thought she did really good. And then Natalie Foster, another great performance.
Yep.
The only thing I want to say about the All-Star match too is did you watch the interviews, the player interviews afterwards? They interviewed like
everybody,
10, like 10 to 12 players. Did you watch them?
I did. Is that when I'm getting things mixed up? But the player came to the microphone and did the interview, then went back and.
Okay, they did player interviews during the match, and then I think anyone who they didn't talk to during the match, they did after.
Okay.
And I loved hearing the foreign players' voices. It just like
Sophia Maldonado Diaz,
Sophia Teodor Pusic.
Okay.
Pusic, however you say it. Well, who is another one?
Did they do shampoo?
I didn't see her actually.
Okay.
There was another one I'm drawing
What's
a blank,
your point?
but it was so fun just to like
the international flavor of the league was represented.
Yeah, and just to hear their voices, it just humanized them. And I just thought I loved listening to them and hearing their accents.
I did too. They articulated so well. They represented the MLV so well. It was just refreshing to be able to experience that.
Yeah, I loved
and to
it.
represent on such a national stage on the CBS.
Yeah. Okay,
Overall,
now we can move on.
win. I can't wait. I'll try to get the numbers for them this week to see how.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out.
Yep.
But it really was a win-win-win.
I agree. Let's get to the Rookie of the Week as we close this episode out.
All right. My Rookie of the Week is Akasha Anderson from Columbus Fury.
What are you basing that on?
Well, they upset Orlando, and she did a great job. She had great numbers.
I'll just go with mine.
Okay.
Mimi. No doubter. I mean, I don't know how you could even overlook that. Dominated that match with 32
for
points.
Our Player of the Week, our head chose Mimi.
Okay.
With 32 points, hitting 375.
Okay, and I chose Snyder for the hip.
Okay.
For the lip.
Out
of nowhere.
I actually chose Maggie Mendelson because she had her pro debut, came in, she didn't start, she came in and she did great.
She did look good.
Yeah, she hit like 500. What was that, like 5 kills? I don't remember.
Great job.
2 blocks maybe. Again, I didn't write it down, but I just thought that's not an easy thing to do. She's also been in school the last 4 months, so it's
seamless transition for her.
Yeah.
She might even just got herself a contract.
She's like a stellar athlete.
That's what happens when you come to Nebraska.
Girl knows ball.
Volleyball and basketball.
I know. That's why I said ball.
My lip, Tabron.
Yeah.
Difference maker as the Mojo knocked off the Supernovas.
This was a fun week to pick these categories because I feel like there was a lot of good candidates.
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was a lot of options for these.
Different options. And I think as we get into the latter stage of the season, there's going to be even more options. We're going to see some of these players come from overseas and make immediate impacts and hopefully find themselves on our leaderboard here. But the match of the week for me was the All-Star match, hands down. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm actually going with the Fury sweeping the Valks because I just thought, man, we've talked about it time and time again, how the Columbus Fury is always right there and then they just can't get over the hump and seal the deal. And so I was really excited to see that they got this win. And I just feel like, the other matches, although they were like exciting in the sense of things happened, I just thought they were like sad also.
The problem with the Fury is it too little too late for them to jump up and grab that 4th spot.
I do think it is too little too late. And at this point, we can probably even know that for sure with the number. Yeah, mathematically. I haven't done the math, but I'm sure I think it's safe to say it's too little too late.
No change in the league standings this week, is that right?
No change. But what I was going to say real quick about Columbus is now their mission is to just mess everyone else up.
Intentionally, yeah.
Sure, they might not have a chance to the Final Four, but they could really screw things up for other teams.
And they're going to smack talk their way from what we've heard. That smack talking this team in the MLV. They're going to smack talk their way through the last 3 weeks of the season and see who they can knock off and keep out of that 3rd and 4th spot.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay. Let's go to Week 13 preview. Thursday, Omaha plays Atlanta on the Roku at 6 p.m. GMP picks.
Man, I'm really nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
I'll go first. I'm going with Atlanta.
That's where I'm kind of hesitant because I don't know who's. I would have a better pick of once I see this week what happens with Omaha.
Huh?
I don't know how Omaha is going to respond to their San Diego loss. So that's why I'm like, okay, anyway, I'm going to go with Omaha.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my girls. You're going to go with Atlanta.
Yep,
Sounds
San Diego
good.
versus Columbus. Is Columbus going to play the spoiler?
I think I'm going to go Columbus.
Me too.
Okay, let's do it.
I think they're going to embrace that role as the spoiler.
They also have
villain.
They also have new players, and San Diego doesn't. So just like strategy-wise, they're going to have to scout new players.
Okay.
So I'm going Columbus.
Same. Dallas at Grand Rapids. I'm still rocking Dallas.
I think I'm going Dallas too.
Right.
Even with the new hires, I think Dallas. I'll just stick with that. With this next one on Saturday, we have Indy versus Omaha, 3 p.m.
So this is the rematch of the largest pro volleyball attendance record. This is the redo, right? We're running it back.
Although I mean, not going for a record again, but running it back with the match itself.
Oh, you put Indy.
Yeah, I'm going Indy.
I don't. I go Omaha. I don't think they find their mojo in this match. Is this their first match back? Indy's first match back since?
No, they'll play this week. Or wait.
Yes, I don't think they got it figured out by now. I go
you don't
Omaha.
Think?
No.
Okay.
Yep. Omaha.
All right. I'm sorry, girls, but I think Indy is gonna. I think their middle blockers alone will make a huge difference. But anyway, we'll continue. So same thing or same day, Saturday, we have Orlando versus Atlanta.
To me, it's the bigger question is not who's going to win, but will it be the 5th out of the 6th match that Orlando gets swept?
So you're going with Atlanta?
Yes.
So am I.
In a sweep? Yes.
No.
Keep the streak rolling.
I'm gonna give them a little bit of hope and say at least 4.
It's hard for me to believe they're still in fighting for that 4th and final spot.
I know.
After
that makes me feel really lucky as Omaha because if they're 4th, we're 3rd, and they've lost 4 out of the last 5. That's a very nice cushion we had.
Grand Rapids at Columbus, 7th and 8th place team going at it. Columbus playing the spoiler for Grand Rapids. I go Columbus.
I was typing that first.
I think they embrace
Columbus.
this role.
I think they're here to just have fun now. Their only goal now is just to mess things up for other teams. So
that's our next guest.
Which one?
Somebody from Columbus.
Okay.
Ask them anything.
Sure. I'll see if I can get Megan on or Raina. I'll have to ask Lydia who the biggest smack talker is, and then we'll get that person.
Well, that sounds like a good. Dallas at San Diego, the last match of the week on Sunday at 7 p.m. on Roku. Dallas for me.
I'm also going Dallas. I think San Diego at home is always a danger and a threat, but I just think Dallas they're just on a roll.
So here we go. Thanks for joining us on the Major League Minute Podcast. Is there anything else you wanted to mention before we tap out? We're over our time, but barely. We're doing good.
No, I think I'm good. It was a good week.
Yeah.
I'm excited for another one ahead.
Yep. Hopefully I can find out the numbers on the All-Star match, and we can figure out if it beat that 500,000 threshold, which I'm pretty sure it did. But thanks again for joining us on the Major League Minute Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Major League Minute, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And we will see you next time. Have a good night.
Wait, did anyone notice my trophy last week?
Nobody said a word.
No one said anything about the muscle girl?
Nobody said a word.
Maybe next week.